So this run was completed on Noclateo Shifting Earth, and it was our first time seeing Everdark Gladius, Tricephalos. Um, we basically went as soon as the server list, or like as soon as the expedition list changed when the server time updated and everything, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, that kind of thing. So it kind of starts out split, which is interesting. I didn't expect that originally, I would say. I kind of expected him to start all together, but that's okay. Otherwise, it's still playing out essentially just like it does during the original fight during any of these split segments. I will say, as you're going to see in this footage, although that cast was good, and I think this cast ends up, or my next cast ends up good, there's several casts of Elden Stars that I performed throughout this fight where I'm out of range. I've never actually bothered to use Elden Stars before. I don't know where it is in original Elden Ring, or if I even acquired it. I don't remember, but I didn't cast it. Cast it in like the original Elden Ring game, and I'd never used it in Nightreign before. So, just kind of like failing to visually identify if I'm in range to use it or not happens a couple of times during this, which would be pretty fair criticism if you're gonna watch this and wonder what's going on and why I'm doing that. I'm just not that familiar with the spell, but I will say it's a really, really strong spell for this fight. Yeah, that whole sequence, those ground AoEs, they kind of remind me of Night Aspect, Healstore. It's cool that they used the three wolves re-merging back into Three-Headed Gladius as the transition into the Everdark phase of the fight. Really cool. For the most part, it feels like he's just sort of like a super version of his original self, to be honest with you. I will say I don't feel like I got the full experience playing sort of like a ranged character the first time I played the fight. Not in the sense that this wasn't like really cool to see and everything, but I did play a Raider run shortly after this where I was getting hit by a lot of stuff because practically speaking I have killed the boss, but I didn't really learn its patterns too much. But at the same time I really like playing Recluse, and so I don't necessarily regret my choice. There's plenty of time for me to try to get, like a Raider or a Wilder kill or something like that. I will say this big move, no matter who you play, it's just way easier to deal with from far away. I don't think I really understood this the first time we saw it, but looks like the wolves will basically just dash sort of the way they were facing, and because the ground is a little bit hilly, it may not be the easiest thing to observe exactly where the wolf is lined up. I think it's probably best to unlock the camera for that attack and be able to see them all, because if you're locked onto just one of them and they go across, in front of you, like your whole camera is going to turn and then you may not be able to see where the other ones actually are. And just like the original fight, the split wolves love to do that breath attack, which comes out really quickly. If anyone has any tips on sort of spotting that breath attack, or maybe like kind of being able to identify when it's going to happen, that'd be great. I still don't actually know. I will say I was a little bit disappointed, not extremely, but just a little bit disappointed. It seems like the expedition is the same relatively limited expedition with like a low amount of possibilities for Night 1 and Night 2 boss as the original Tricephalos expedition, so that's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, my positioning during this was not great. I should have backed off. I shouldn't have tried that. Trying to get the res on Elrod there was not wise. What I should have done is stayed as soon as I had done my ult and gotten up. Was it zero scale? Whoever actually got up with it, I should have been backing off and then looking to come back in afterwards. But hey, we somehow kept it together, so it's not the end of the world. Like right here, I'm certain I'm casting Elden Stars too far away. All of those are expiring before they hit Gladius. Right? Yeah. Until he gets a little closer to me there. These breaths, they look like they have gaps in between them, but I'm not 100% sure if that's right. It may just be a visual aspect because it's a three-headed dog. I'm not really sure. All right, here you can better see it. I should not be remaining locked on there because I could easily have lost track of the third wolf. Something I'll be working on in future attempts to re-clear this boss. Still, really enjoyable fight. I kind of will say, you know, I do like, in a way this is a lot like Everdark Gaping Jaw, where it's primarily its original moveset and it's just a bit of like a evolved form of that and not some like extremely dramatic redesign, which is, I'm not complaining about things like Augur and Libra. I feel like representing sort of some of these FromSoft staples, like having a Storm Ruler fight and having a gank fight, like that's natural. You know, if I want this game to be kind of like multiplayer Souls game, roguelike All-Stars, I think it should have representation of a little bit of everything that FromSoft does, but you know, this one's just a straight up fight. It's kind of like the original fight plus, and that's okay too. I liked it a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.